Today I'm going to go over the key advantages of using intermittent fasting for weight loss. And I'm going to share with you the story of Liz, who was able to lose 80 pounds and take herself off of 3 medications for type 2 diabetes using fasting, and is coming right up. Why should you consider adding intermittent fasting to your weight loss regimen? I'm going to go over 8 key advantages that you find with intermittent fasting that you don't find with other diets. First, intermittent fasting can work with any diet. That is, it does not replace the diet, but in fact is additive to the power of that diet. Remember that dieting and fasting attack 2 completely different facets of what you eat. The diet is the types of food that you eat. It doesn't say anything about how often you should eat them. Whereas fasting tells you how often you should eat, but doesn't tell you anything about what you should eat. So by attacking the weight loss on both fronts, you're going to have a much more powerful strategy. If you follow a paleo diet or a vegetarian diet, for example, then you might not be able to add some other type of diet, such as low carb or carnivore or whatever. They're a lot of times exclusive to each other, or if you add them, you're really restricting the number of foods you can eat. Fasting doesn't do that. Whether you eat vegetarian diets or paleo diets or keto diets or Atkins diets or South Beach diets or whatever diet you can think of, fasting simply adds to that. If you limit the amount of time that you spend eating, you're going to have a totally different effect to the diet, and therefore it's going to be twice as powerful. Advantage number 2, it's highly effective. Remember that when you don't eat, your body is still going to need a source of energy, and therefore it's going to use up the body's stores of energy, which are body fat, which is mostly what we're trying to use up. In type 2 diabetes, it will also use up the high blood sugars, which is also a great thing. Since you can't eat less than 0, fasting is simply the most powerful thing that you can do for weight loss. It simply works. There's almost no way it can't work because your body is always going to need a source of energy, and if you don't have any food, then your body will take it from its stores. This is not a bad thing if you're trying to lose weight. This is exactly what we're going for, so it's highly powerful and effective in a way that most are not. It's also available to scale up as much as you need it to. If you don't get the results you're looking for by fasting for 16 hours, you can go to 24 hours or 36 hours or multiple days. You can't do that with most diets. If you're paleo, you can't become more paleo if the paleo diet's not working for you. You need to completely switch. Fasting offers you that ability to scale up almost to unlimited days. Advantage number 3, simplicity. Fasting is a very simple thing to understand. You simply don't eat. Perhaps you allow certain things such as teas or coffee or bone broth, but it's very simple to understand. You can explain it to everybody. Almost everybody understands the concept of what it means to fast. And by doing so, it also simplifies your life. You don't have to worry all the time about, hey, does this follow the diet? Is this keto? Is this paleo? Is this vegetarian or not? So by making it simpler, it makes it easier to follow. Advantage number 4, it's free. When you're following a diet, sometimes the foods can get very expensive. If you're trying to eat a high protein diet, well, buying grass-fed beef or seafood can be very expensive, and this can be prohibitive. But it doesn't mean that you're always going to be on the heavy side or have type 2 diabetes because the fasting is free. In fact, you even save money from it because you don't have to buy the food. You're simply eating the food that's already been stored away on your own body. Advantage number 5, it's available to anybody. There is no infrastructure that you need in order to fast. If you are eating certain types of diets, well, perhaps you can only get it at certain stores, maybe protein powders or certain grass-fed beef or something like that. Well, that's not available to everybody, but fasting is not that. Anybody, anywhere in the world can do it. It doesn't require any special equipment. It doesn't require anything unusual. You can get it in the city, you can get it in the country, you can get it anywhere. The only thing you need is knowledge, and that's it. Advantage number 6. It gives you more time. Time is one of our most precious commodities. We're always too busy for this, too busy for that. Well, if you are following a diet that requires you to make special foods and to have home-cooked foods, it might take you time to go shopping, it might take you time to make the meals, then you have to clean up. Well, fasting doesn't do that. It gives you back time because you don't have to spend all that time with food preparation as well as the eating and the cleanup. And if you're going to get an hour or two every day back, over the year, it's going to add up. Advantage number 7. It's flexible. Fasting is a great tool, but you don't have to use it all the time. If you are going on vacation, you might decide that you don't want to fast because you want to just eat whatever you want. Well, you can do that. And guess what? After your vacation, you can decide to do more fasting to lose the weight that you put on during that vacation. Or maybe you want to do a little bit less because you're not feeling well. Well, you can do more later. It's always flexible. You don't have to be locked in at any time. You can change your schedule. You're not fixed into one duration of fasting, one type of fasting. There's multiple variations of fasting that you can try and you can do. You might do some in one period of the day. Maybe you're getting ready for the summer swim season and you want to do more. Maybe you're getting ready for a big high school reunion. You want to do more. That's okay. You have that flexibility. Advantage number 8. Fasting is always within your control. You can decide to do more or you can decide to do less. Only you have the ability to decide that. Nobody can tell you what to do. You can decide for yourself. It's always something that you have control over, and that makes it highly effective if you let it. I'm going to share with you Liz's story. She said that she was always overweight and she used food as a comfort measure. At her highest weight, she weighed 335 pounds and became diagnosed with type 2 diabetes and was put on 3 different medications. She felt miserable, both mentally and physically. Several years ago, a friend of hers had lost 70 pounds and also took himself off of his diabetic medications. He introduced her to a low carbohydrate lifestyle, intermittent fasting, and also she ordered her the book, The Diabetes Code. Once she read that, she thought, this really makes a lot of sense. So started watching some of the YouTube videos and decided to implement some of these simple changes. Cutting out the sugars, skipping meals, and also intermittent fasting, alternate day fasting, and some longer fasts. Then something amazing happened. She felt better than she had in years. Before, she was always waking up in pain. And whenever she ate, especially carbohydrates, she got flashes and felt terrible. Once she implemented it, all those symptoms disappeared. within a few months, she had lost over 80 pounds, and she went from somebody who had tried everything to lose weight to becoming healthy. Her regimen was alternate daily fasting, which alternates a relatively normal eating day with one where you have either one meal a day or sometimes not even that one meal a day. So it's either a 24 or a 36-hour fast, depending on how she was feeling. If she felt good, then she might do more. Her top tip: be realistic with your goals. Trust the process. That is, once you have that understanding about what fasting is, what it can do, once you understand how to best implement it and how to experiment on yourself and find out what works for you, then you have to trust that it's going to work and give it a shot. Great job, Liz. I hope you all the best in your continuing journey. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you learned something. If you did, maybe share it with a friend. They might learn something too. It might just change their life. And if you could do me a favor and hit that like button down below so that people can find this video, that'd be a real favor to me. Thanks very much, and I'll see you next week.